Iron Talk is brought to you by Case IH.
The AFS Connect Farm Management System from Case IH connects you, and only you, to the information you need most from your equipment, from anywhere, at any time. AFS Connect, only from Case IH.
The job of your planter's residue managers varies depending on your overall tillage program. We'll discuss it in today's Iron Talk. One of the most important jobs of your corn planter this spring is to manage the residue that's in your field properly so your seed placement is perfectly even all the way across the field. If your seeds don't all come up on the same day, you're losing yield, as corn plants rising from the ground a few days before the seed next to it will completely rob the yield potential of that plant. We see it every year, and our farm is guilty as well. So what can you do? With conventional tillage, the goal of the residue managers is simply to push the root balls and residue out of the way. Be careful not to dig in too deep as to create a trench. We saw that last year, and in places that got good heavy spring rains, farmers had to replant as the seed was washed away. In no-till, many farmers tend to dig into the soil just a little bit if there's a crust. Otherwise, if soil conditions are perfect, you only need to brush the residue aside. In strip tillage systems, yes, you still do need residue managers. Some of the residue from last year's crop will likely blow across your strips from last fall. The big thing is not to dig into your seed zone with the tillage. This is much like we discussed for conventional till. Just sweep the surface to get the residue out of the way and don't dig a trench. Finally, with all the tillage methods we discussed, make sure your residue managers sweep the residue far enough away from the row to get past your gauge wheels. If gauge wheels are jumping over residue from time to time, you'll get a very uneven planting depth and your yields will surely suffer. That's all for today's Iron Talk, and now back to the show.